All right. So I'm wanting to talk about something that's been happening a lot, that a lot of people have been talking about, and that is part of energetic sovereignty, and that we often forget about. We forget about the subtle energetics of the dynamics that we have with people, not only with people, but also systems, thought systems, belief systems. And sort of what I've been hearing a lot of people saying is that they're feeling extracted from, they're feeling depleted, they are, they're feeling like they're pulled in a lot of different directions. And some people are being exploited. Nervous systems are getting hacked into, just because we get reactive when, I don't know, even social media is designed to hack into your nervous system, right? And so it's like really important that you take care of your energy and you're really aware of where you are in your own nervous system. So what I'm saying a lot, but what I'm really wanting to say is that you need to be calling back your energy as part of your energetic sovereignty and showing up in your emotional leadership, however that is for you, right? Whether it's in your life or your love life, your relationships or your business, you need to be calling back your energy. You need to be asking yourself, what are you making yourself available for at any given moment? We make ourselves available to people who sometimes don't value us. We make ourselves available to belief systems that don't nourish us or don't nurture us. And whenever that's happening, you need to call yourself back. For example, when it comes to mindset, for example, oftentimes we experience things like self-doubt. We experience things like shame. These are all conditioned experiences. And sometimes, these come into our thoughts, right? These come into our mind space. And when that happens, like, they can be visitors, they can come into the living room of your thought space. We can see them arrive. They sit down on the rug, like in the middle of our thought, our mental living room. But we don't allow them to set up camp and hang out. We say, thank you for arriving, and then we kindly escort them back out the door, right? We want to acknowledge, we don't ever want to push things away. We allow them in, we acknowledge them, we give them a space for a moment, but we don't allow them to stay. And so that's the difference, right? Like, we want to acknowledge the emotions. If you're feeling anger, if you're feeling even guilt is a manipulated emotion. We acknowledge the guilt, we acknowledge that it's there, but we don't let ourselves collapse into the guilt and believe the guilt, right? So it's like, there is a way that we have to be in a meta state, observing our mental process and observing where our energy is being pulled to, and we're observing an emotional process and asking ourselves, what am I making myself available for? Because there will be people in your life that, if you are, especially if you are a giving person, if you are a person that wants to support other people, there are people who will want some of that. If you're an open-hearted person and you're loving, there will people who will want some of that and who aren't engaged in a reciprocal agreement around that. And so you have to protect your energy. You have to call yourself back. Otherwise, you will end up depleted. You will end up resentful, right? So this really, ultimately, the responsibility is on you to call back your energy, to decide, what systems am I giving my energy to? What people am I giving myself to? And how can I protect myself in the necessary ways? What are the boundaries? What are the conditions that I need to set up, right? Because like, yes, your love is unconditional, but you know, energy needs to be reciprocated. Energy wants to be in relationship, in reciprocity, in an exchange that feels good. This is where the pleasure comes in, right? When we are in reciprocal relationships, we feel nourished, we give, but it comes back to us. You know, and I want to just go back to a moment to the guilt piece. A lot of times the people that I work with feel guilty for choosing themselves, for choosing to call back their energy, or for saying no to things that don't feel good, or to say no to relationships that don't feel good. And guilt is really different than remorse. Guilt is about a manipulation. It's about a place where you were gaslit or made to feel wrong for choosing your sovereignty. Remorse, on the other hand, is like when you really did something that wasn't okay and you feel like, man, that I wasn't my best self in that moment, which is a completely different emotion than guilt, which is guilt is just like this like, I can't have me. I can't have me, and I can't have the relationship. So I just want to make a difference with that. So again, coming back to calling back your energy is a sovereignty practice that I want you to be engaging in, asking yourself, what are you making yourself available for, right? What am I saying yes to in my life? What am I saying yes to that is hurting me? And then what can I say no to? Is that something that I can say no to? And sometimes your nervous system will be like, hell no, you can't say no to that, because if you say no to that, you will lose a relationship, or you will lose your job, or you will, right? You will be rejected. You will be abandoned. Those are the hooks that, like, those are the hacks. Those are the strings that these people that you're in relationship with can pull and like hack into your nervous system with. And what I want to say to that is that, you know, these are intimacy wounds. Whenever there's a hook in your nervous system, it goes back to an intimacy wound. And so you have to be really clear what is my fear? Am I fearing rejection? Am I fearing losing the relationship? Am I fearing being unliked or unfollowed? And you got to get really clear about what that is and meet that part of yourself that is afraid, to meet that fear so that you can actually advocate for the things that are in alignment and that feel good to you. Okay. What systems are you engaging in? What systems are you saying yes to? What people are you saying yes to that are hurting you? All right. That is my spontaneous PSA for today. I just needed to come in to say that because it's been coming up so much. And nervous system flex, nervous system flex requires that you really track your nervous system, that you know what the limits of your nervous system are, that you know where that edge is between like having yourself and the place where you're like, where you step into overwhelm. And that's what we're getting into in the online community that I run, Revolucionario Romper Reglas, and we're getting started in April with nervous system co-regulation. We're learning all about that. This month is all about that. And each month we do a theme related to sovereignty, embodied sovereignty and energetic authority. And it's $79 a month for the rest of the year. After that, it will be around $300 going up because of the massive value that is being offered in there. And so this year you have the potential, or the invitation rather, to join. And I want to invite people to join in April, especially because this is when we're getting started with the modules. We just got started, so you won't be missing anything if you come in this month. Anyway, I'll leave it there. DM me with any questions that you may have, and I will see you around on another live. All right, bye.